Missions Pulse. Know God's heart, join his mission.
The word evangelical or evangelicalism, I think there's a lot of similarities. It's also taken on a pejorative connotation. I long to kind of keep that traditional definition, dictionary definition you mentioned, because to me, in the global arena, maybe you can call it, evangelicalism is alive and well and thriving in parts of Brazil and South Korea and Kenya and all throughout, different parts of Asia and the world. So, but getting back, switching that from deconstructionism to evangelicalism, I want to talk to you about that. I just read a recent book. I'm sure you've read it too. Jesus and John Wayne: How White Evangelicals Corrupted a Faith and Fractured a Nation, by Kristen Kobes-Dumez. Have you read that?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. I just finished it. She links the term to patriarchal authority, gender difference, Christian nationalism, amongst many others. And yet you and I are striving to align ourselves to this biblical definition of what it means to be an evangelical. Why should or shouldn't Christians attach themselves to this term evangelical?
Well, first, I just want to make the observation about this book because, it's a controversial book. I have some small issues with it. There've been some good criticisms written about it, but at the end of the day, the book is simply pointing to a certain stream, a very influential stream within American evangelicalism that is tied to sort of a hyper masculinity, and it's in a lot of different areas, and I don't think that really can be denied. Now, it's not the whole story, but it doesn't purport to be the whole story. It just says, hey, here is as an influence that's been, significant in the last century in American evangelicalism. And for me, it kind of connected a lot of dots and explained a number of things. Is it the whole picture? No, it's not the whole picture. And I don't think it was pretending to be, but it does ask us, or I think demands us to grapple with some of these questions. When we white Americans use the term evangelical, I think that we do tend to think about white American evangelicals, and that's wrong. Evangelicalism is much bigger, much broader, it's 300-year-old movement by David Bebbington's account, and it's now global and thriving. And will the word eventually become something that's so tainted that it serves no use? Possibly. But I still think that, for us to throw out the word is to also throw out the word that people around the globe are still using and in a positive way and growing because of it. So it's time for self-examination. And that's what this book offers us. And we can, again, just like our deconstructionists that we want to encourage not to throw out the baby with the bathwater. Well, that's what we need to do as well. There's a lot of bathwater that is exposed in that book that we can get rid of and still keep the baby.
Missions Pulse. Know God's heart, join his mission. This podcast is powered by Within Reach Global. Subscribe, watch, and listen on YouTube today. Visit missionspulse.com.